Now it's time to deal with the issue of Christianity and its relationship to pedophilia. Now, we can simply look at the Roman Catholic Church in regards to pedophile priests and the abuse that has been occurring on what seems to be a regular basis concerning the Catholic Church and its priests. But we cannot say it's just a Catholic problem. It is in all areas of what you would call the greater Christian church. All denominations have had this problem. Probably, very, very few will never have had to deal with such an issue. But let's look at it, why this is happening. So if I look at it from a purely Catholic point of view, I would say that one of the major reasons, or what a lot of people believe is one of the major reasons, is that Catholic priests cannot marry. So therefore they have to be celibate, and this is what you're seeing in regards to pedophilia, is the end result of this policy by the Catholic Church. Myself, let's go back a bit. Now, okay, well, look at it from my point of view. I was a theistic Satanist, and at one point I did seriously consider joining the Catholic Church, not to molest children. My purpose in, if I joined the Catholic Church, would be to pervert and corrupt any sermons, any prayers. Change a word here, change the context there, redefine a word here. And what may be a completely valid prayer would become worthless. And, I could get free food, free housing, free board, get some sort of wage out of it as well for destroying the church. So they were going to pay me to do what I would do. Absolutely, from a Satanist point of view, this is perfect. But, I couldn't bring myself to praise Jesus at the time. And, would I have gone around molesting boys or girls? And in all honesty, I can't really answer yes or no, because I would have joined the church in order to serve Satan, and I would have done whatever it took to serve Satan. And molesting altar boys or those children who would have been potential, lifelong servants of the Catholic Church, destroy their faith, destroy the faith of their parents. That's actually quite a powerful weapon, because molesting children fractures their souls. I've heard stories of people who were sexually assaulted by priests, and what they call brothers. The clergy of the church, and they've wound up becoming atheist. So when you look at it over a long-term plan, so to speak, it does pay off in that regard. Now, myself, I've never been inclined to molest children in any way. But you can see how, people, let me put it this way, you might have a job, and part of your job may be doing something that's you consider beneath you. It's not something you enjoy, but it's part of a routine, and if that routine gets the business to succeed, then it's just a routine and you do it because you will receive a payoff of some sort. With the pedophile priests and so on, you have people will say, "Oh, this has been going on since the year dot." No, I wouldn't say that. You sure you have the occasional pervert, but now when we looked at past incidences, we can see that, it's not just the occasional pervert, it's like a series. It's like all these things are happening at once, all these perverts are raping children at the same time, and that there must be some sort of connection, with the internet, with mail, not just ordinary mail. These perverts are able to communicate with each other. So things like mail and the internet did not exist, at a time when such things were occurring. If we're looking at the history of the past 100, 200 years, there had to be another way for all these things to be coordinated. And, is the Catholic Church a target for, say, Satanists of whatever sort? You would have to say that there was something organised. And organised, not so much through physical communication, but by, a groupthink, a spiritual belief. My motivation, where I got the idea of going into the Catholic Church, was by my belief, to serve Satan. And, we only really hear about the Catholic Church because the media, particularly want to point out Christianity in relation to pedophilia. And if it's true, then rightfully so. But the likes of, herpes-infected rabbis and Islamic State and their sex slaves don't really come into the picture, even though they should. But you can put that down to, this is media in Christian countries, which looking at the Western world, it becomes less and less Christian every day. And indeed, government inquiries into pedophilia, which have pointed out these perverts in all manner of Christian denominations. You hear about Lutherans, Anglicans. I think the Salvation Army's been mentioned a few times, because perverts are drawn to religious institutions, and people just want to simply say, well, they're perverts, what do you expect? But perverts can be drawn to things like the Scouts and so on. So you have to see all the motivations behind these infiltrations into the church. And when you look at the Christian church, you're having more and more self-proclaimed clergy. I'm the leader of the church, I'm a major minister, whatever, who are more and more, amoral rather than moral. It's similar along the lines of atheism. What's true for you is true for you, what's true for me is true for me. You like eating strawberry mousse for dessert after dinner, I like molesting children. What's the diff? They're both desserts. And this is something that's ongoing. Churches don't really propagate anything. No, I've looked at churches and they're more or less social clubs. And being social clubs, with their open door policy, they're going to attract all sorts of people, and not necessarily good people. So, looking at the Christian church, does it have a problem with pedophilia? Yes, it certainly does. And it's about time, with all religions, that the faithful do something about it. And it's about time, we have to look at maybe deregistering religious institutions from their tax-exempt status. You say, well, you don't have a specific policy regarding pedophiles within your religions, then we cannot recognize you as religions because there is no goodwill. And I think once the fact is, once you start cutting into their money supply, you're going to see a lot of difference. So it's not just the Catholic problem. With all the religions, it's not just, some a part and parcel, which goes along with the faith. It should never be accepted as such. Anyway, so I'll just leave it at this. And the next clip I'm going to deal with atheism and secularism, because there is a lot of problems with them as well. So when atheists say, oh, look at this Catholic priest molest boys, God doesn't exist, become like us. And no, when you look at what they do, you won't hitch a wagon to them either.